So I work with a organization called SWET, which is Sex Workers Education and Advocacy Task Force, and we advocate for decriminalization of sex work. And the reason why we actually focus on sex workers is because sex workers are one of the marginalized and most vulnerable communities. But because of stigma and moral issues, most people tend to shy away from the real facts that sex workers on the streets face rapes, gender-based violence, unjust arrests. They are forced into sexual bribes by police officers. And because of the criminal element within sex work itself, it means that they can't even report such cases. So this is why we do the work we do, so that we are available for such things, for them to come and report cases, for us to give support, and just really try and find justice for them. Even though we know that the courts are not really the place of justice. I mean, we see a lot of women just in the townships, in the world we live in, who can't get justice out of court for things like rape. Most women are dying with protection orders. And what we try and do is just keep everybody safe, be with the person, give them support, go with them to court. Even if it means that we need to assign a human rights defender to take them from police station to go and do the rape test kits at the hospital or Tutuzela Center. But somebody is always there with them to take them through those steps. And sometimes, yes, women will drop cases because they want to just heal and deal with the trauma that they're going through on their own without really knocking on those doors, because it can take years. I think my modern day or modern age woman is a woman who's a go-getter, who's not scared to speak out, who's not scared to take action when she sees the oppression of women, of other women, who's able to fix another woman's crown without really speaking much. So it's about upliftment of others that are around you, liberating not just only yourself, but carrying other women with you. That's what modern warrior woman is to me. I'm not too sure that I'm a modern day warrior woman, but I would think that if somebody was to recognize me, it would be the fact that on a very controversial issue or topic, one of sex work, I'm able to dismiss everything else in order for me to fight for justice. Like I said before, in an unjust world. I do this unapologetically. And it's because also I've been there. I know what it's like to not have a voice or to be erased from society because you're doing a certain kind of work or you identify a certain way. So I'm unapologetic. I think that's why I would be a modern day warrior woman. I'm not scared to speak on issues that other people would rather shy from. I do not see any taboo. Instead, if it needs to be fixed, it needs to be fixed. Let's not leave an elephant in the room. Let's start with the why sex workers actually get into sex work, right? And why a lot of women do. We live in a country that's not really economically stable. You find a lot of graduates in our townships not having employment. And our government is not about to change that anytime soon. While these same women are also women that have kids and families, right? So although it's limited choices that are put in front of them, that making that choice and choosing that I'm not going to be a domestic worker and go and earn 5,000 rand because it's not going to actually take care of my 2 siblings and my 4 kids and my mother and my grandmother, you understand? And I guess I want society to understand that this is a decision somebody has made in order to put food on top of the table. But also, let's not just look at it that way. Let's also look at the fact that women's bodies have been policed forever, right? And it's time we actually allow women to choose what they do with their bodies. Whether it be that a person is choosing a sexual orientation that is outside of the binary or outside of the norm, and decide to be a lesbian, or they are identifying as lesbian, we should not be policing. We should allow people to practice what they believe is their own existence truth. Yeah. I guess my biggest battle is how men treat women. I mean, a small thing like catcalling can do a lot to a woman's ego, it can do a lot to a woman's self-esteem. And how men treat us in the workplace, how men treat us in intellectual spaces, the mansplaining that happens, the erasure that happens even in these workspaces, in intellectual spaces. That has been my biggest battle. For how do I deal with it? We push. We push for our voices to be heard. We push for our voices not to be conflated with views and perspectives that are male dominated. We push that our voices are not erased while we're actually trying to change the world, or while we're trying to change certain issues in our community. Sometimes it's hard. Yes. There are moments where you're like, but I can just go and live like everybody else and do my job and come back home and not care that my neighbor is beating up her girlfriend or his wife, right? But I don't know, there's something that is within me that does not want to see those situations and crawl into my own rock and not come out. I want to fight. I don't know why. Maybe I just do not really want people to be oppressed in the world. Yes. And it could also be because I've lived in a situation where I've been oppressed. I know what it's like. I don't know. Be able to lead from the back. Listening. The key point is really listening, because without really being able to listen, you can never really do what is needed with those around you or in your work. Sometimes we think we're still leading, and we've left the people that we actually were trying to lead, right? Because we are not listening. So you keep on pushing, but maybe people are no longer there, and maybe the course has changed. So it's listening, it's being able to feel, man, because this is where we are, whether it's politics, whether you need to feel the people that you're trying to lead, listening to them, feeling them. You need to have that ability to also do the hardest work that nobody wants to do, right? It might be hard, but it needs to be done. I think with the history we have in this country, identifying as a warrior woman, or having the characteristics of a warrior woman, or forging ahead to make a better world or to give better opportunities, right, is not only about us. It's about taking away history and the unjust and oppressions that happened to our grandmothers, to our to our mothers, It's making sure that with my doing now, the next generation of women can actually have a better world. Whether you are fighting for fair pay in work, you might not realize it now that you are actually not just fighting for yourself, but after you've gone 20 years down the line, somebody will walk, a woman will walk into that organization or that institution and benefit from what you've done, right? This is why we need to do it. I'm not sure. This is the hardest question that I can actually answer. I don't know, but I aspire to be a warrior woman that does not walk alone in this thing, because we can never really acquire much by walking alone. I aspire to be the warrior woman that has other women with her as she's going to the top. If it's going to the, I don't even know if I'm going to the top, but I don't want to just have freedom for myself only. I want to have freedom for all those I come across, for all those I don't even know. In a sense, I would say that not only in the fight, but also in the freedoms we might achieve, right? So we're out here trying to create a utopia for women, where women can live freely, can be seen in society. This is important because women are not seen. They are never given the same opportunities. They are raised differently from males, right? So what I'm saying is that I don't want to be getting to a point where I reach there, but I'm still leaving people behind.
Yes.
Whether in the fight or whether in the good. Let's create societies and communities that build humanness. Yeah. Whatever that has been told to tell you that you can't do it is a lie. We can do anything we put our minds to. If you already can see it as a vision, it is already done. All you have to do is put actions into it. No matter how many men will try and drag you down, whether it be by rape, narcissism, how they see us, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we actually have to do the work and move forward. It might take a ton of energy out of us, but it's necessary. It's needed. So I could go on and say that it's your Lillian Goys who led a march. But I want to bring it closer to home. It's my mother. It's my grandmother. And there are a lot of reasons for it. I mean, both these women that I'm talking about raised kids without men. On their sides, they've built lives. They've acquired material and unmaterial blessings. But they've also fought the hardest fights that I've seen in reality close to me. My mother fought the TRC for her brother's death. And it took a lot out of her, but she never backed down. Up until the point where she was able to access compensation so that she can raise my now brother, who's actually born by my uncle. That for me is my warrior woman. I look up to her. I look up to her for never giving up, really, for fighting and not backing down. My grandmother, that woman. My grandmother got divorced, and the husband left and went and lived in Durban, and never looked back. Left her with 6 kids. She had no education. Apparently, her father had not given her education because he wanted her to watch after the cows. She was able to, without any education, raise kids that became nurses, teachers, engineers. You know what I mean? She did it with very little. She says she started being a shipping queen, and she's very religious. But she made that mqombothi, and she sold it. And out of selling that mqombothi, she then bought beers. And then she says, she keeps on saying to her, hey, Mina, I've stood in the middle of men and fought them to get out of my house, and fought them to pay me my money, you know? And to her, it's a small thing. But in those days, being divorced as a woman brought shame to you. Owning a shipping or being a shipping queen brought disgrace to you. She withstood all of those things. She dismissed everybody's views on how they saw her in order for her to put food on top of the table, for her to raise her kids, to put education on her kids. And I don't know what else is bigger than that. Yeah.